Is Dr. James Bond International, otherwise Dr. James VON-DUTCH in full, and I'm at the Aldi shop again. I've just done a video here earlier and I thought I'd return just to do a bit more shopping. I left something behind, I think, to buy, and it's still Thursday 16th of July 2026. I'll get the opening hours in for you. And I was talking about the James Bond movies in my last video, and the fact that after License to Kill movie starring Timothy Dalton, that was his last movie as that character, and also around the time when the actor Laurence Olivier died on the 11th of July 1989. That was an interesting year, turbulent year, of course. Even the Berlin Wall was hammered down, if you can recall, in November 1989, and also led to the reunification of East and West Germany. So Germany was reunified in November 1989. But anyway, on that subject of James Bond, License to Kill, my favourite part of that movie is at the end scene. Remember when the oil tanker, I think it's just comes off or something and dislodges or something, and then Sanchez, the villain, comes up to him with some machete and is about to kill him, and then and he says to him, "Don't you want to know why?" That's my favourite part. Not Why magazine, but don't you want to know why? There is a Why magazine as well that used to be out. I think it stands for What Have You. That's an abbreviation for that magazine that used to be. It's a bit like Bargain Buys, you can get that magazine as well. But and he says that to Sanchez, "Don't you want to know why?" And obviously he's got the lighter, Felix lighter. Obviously he's doing it in revenge for that. And then he just sets him alight with the lighter, with his engraved name on it, Felix Leiter, given to him by the CIA operative, his close associate. And he sets him alight. Interestingly, there's also a Sanchez as a current incumbent Prime Minister of Spain. I wonder if that's he's quite a lanky guy, but I don't think he's taller than the King of Spain, but he's probably a bit taller than him. He's around 6'5". That's the King of Spain. So he was the villain anyway, Sanchez. Not the King of Spain, not the Prime Minister of Spain, but that other guy, that drug dealer and everything. He goes, "You could have had everything," to him. He says that to James Bond. And then he sets him alight with a lighter after saying, "Don't you want to know why?" Obviously, those Chevy Chase movies, they're quite good as well. I did a video here, I've accidentally erased it. And I was talking about that doctor scene, and that's in Spies Like Us. That was my favourite part when that Ackroyd guy, says, I wasn't cutting into his chest. Did you see me cut into his chest when he's about to perform an appendix operation? Remember that scene? Doctor scene? And he said, "I was probing for muscle tone and skeletal girth, a new technique. We mock what we don't understand." That's my favourite part of the film. And then obviously the first stage is shave the patient. Remember when he says that? He goes, "Skip shave the patient," and then anaesthetic. And I mentioned something about anaesthetic today. That British teacher who died in Turkey in a private clinic. He was attempting to get a toupee fitted to him, to stop his baldness. The length that people go to, just to stop their baldness, their natural alopecia. Is it really worth it? You tell me. He paid £1,500 for that private clinic, and clinic, and he apparently died as well. Something to do with the anaesthetic procedure, and it cost him £1,500. A heck of a lot of money, isn't it? £1,500, and all the way in Turkey. He was a teacher in British schools and a father of two as well, apparently. So a word of caution to people out there who are going bald, or signs of alopecia. That's a natural baldness. Don't fork out your money, and it could be risky. There are complications. Getting toupees fitted, getting wigs and things like that. What else was I going to say? That scene when Fletch lives, he says about ball bearings. It's all ball bearings these days. And then he says, what do you need ball bearings for? They come off it, you need a refresher course. That's my favourite scene as well. And then he says to Gord, his name's Gordon in that film, and it says, Gord, take a look at the 7th flexor valve. It's the bypass line, yeah? And he goes, yeah, it's the bypass line. That's one of my favourite scenes as well. He also appears in National Lampoon's, him and Rusty, his kid, when they're in Europe, and that movie they made, which was accidentally released, porn movie. Reminds me of that James Bond movie, and which one was it? That swagging scene when Pierce Brosnan is offered that hotel room in Hong Kong. Usual suite, please. Bollinger 61, is it? Reference to the Tsar bomber. The most powerful nuclear explosion ever. Keep the champagne on the ice, he says. What are you doing these days, he says to him, the hotel manager. Just surviving, eh? You must be on benefits, or? I doubt it. Benefits ain't enough these days. You must be on more than one benefit anyway. Benefits, I think, which is plural, meaning more than one. And remember that masseuse sent up to him. Here's a spoiled guy who gets a masseuse sent up to him, and they're going to film him in the act and probably release his video on Pornhub or something like that, on the internet. And he obviously thwarts a plan to record him in a sex act or something and blackmail him possibly later at a later stage. Extortionate behaviour, intimidation. That goes on quite often, isn't it? Secret recordings, when they record videos like that unknowingly to the person who's involved in the act. I was on about also Leamington, avoid Leamington. Remember when I said that? Don't go there for massage, even if they might say they're tanned and everything. If they put on, they might put on talcum powder on you. And you know what that's linked to these days is there's reports of cancer from use of talcum powder. So you've got to be extra careful. Obviously, baby oil is probably better application here. Baby oil or suntan oil. That's even all right, I think. But something like talcum powder is a bit risky, isn't it, obviously? But you won't get any of those tan ones, in it, unless you're on the beach or something, eh? But sometimes you can get people here, even local areas, on the suntan beaches, on sunbeds, the ultraviolet, which is quite good actually. It's supposed to be good for your psoriasis. If you've got psoriasis on your skin condition. Okay, I'll just do some shopping. I might buy some waffles in it. I'm probably just waffling away. I'll buy some waffles, yeah. There's that advert in Bird's Eye potato waffles, awfully versatile. That's the actual Bird's Eye make, but Aldi make our waffles as well on sale. A bit cheaper probably. Same sort of thing. Let's see if there's any waffles here. I've been waffling a lot on this video, maybe. Yeah, there are some waffles. How much are they? 12 pack, £1.45. I'll just get that then. I think these are cheaper than the Bird's Eye, these waffles. I'm not supposed to be advertising, but I'm not paid anything from them. But I did mention on Instagram, some models on Instagram have been paid recently for advertising deodorants. And if there's any business people out there, if you see my videos and you want to use me for my advertising purposes, my high profile, by all means pay me. You've got my bank details. So on the video, sort code 110212, account number 14112566. In the UK, that's all you need to use. Otherwise, it's extra information that you might need to use. IBAN number, international bank account number, and also my BIC or SWIFT number, which you might also need to use if you're outside the UK, that is. And you can pay me in any worldwide currency, incidentally. And you're not laundering money here, by the way. It's this general needy guy here that you'll be paying. Really no excuse not to pay me. And there's even billionaires and millionaires out there. If they want to pay me, by all means, I'm under. Why the heck haven't they paid me by now? What's the wait there for? It took enough of my time, don't you think so? I got a bungalow at age 56, so I think it's just communism here or something, isn't it? Lowest income or something, just surviving, for the basics. I'm in a Western country, England, UK, it's worse than in communism, I think. With me, the way they pay me, I think it is a commie country, No offense to the communists out there and socialists, but I don't even have a car these days. Not even a Lada or a Skoda. I mean, that's Eastern Europe for you. And I'm in the West, and I was made here in the UK, in England, by my parents, and what do I have to show for it, It's despicable, isn't it? It is pathetic, Aspiration-wise, obviously. I'll just pay for my waffles now. I think I've done enough waffling. There's a lot of imposters around these days, aren't there?